What's good, YouTube? All right, y'all. So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time. And as you see, I'm outside. I'm walking through my little neighborhood. It's pretty out. Well, it's not pretty, I ain't gonna say. It's about 45 degrees, but not bad for middle of November. But anyways, purpose of this video, and what is this video? So this video is introducing you to the book that changed my life. Like, yes, guys, it was a book. Now I feel like the Bible, of course, is the one book that, should have changed all of our lives. And yes, that is true. But today I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about another book that has literally changed my life, 100%. So I'm going to start off with a little story. So back when how old was I? I was 16 because I had just got my driver's license. My dad had bought this house, and the house that he bought, it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, and he bought it to rent out. He said he was buying it and he was about to rent it out. And I remember having to come home from school, and every day he would tell me to drive over to that house so that I could help him fix it up. And I'm like, Dad, why is you doing this? You know what I mean? Why is you causing all this extra work on yourself? And he told me about this book that he had read, and it was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So he telling me about it, and he the dude is, basically talking about buying assets, which are things that put money in your pocket every month, and houses can put money in your pocket every month. So, he's telling me about this book, and he's like, yeah, man, you should pick it up. You should read it. And I'm over here, kind of hot-headed, and I was like, nah, Dad, I'm good. I got a plan, man. I'm going to school. I'm about to get me a sales degree. I know what I'm doing. I'm about to make a lot of money. I'm straight. I don't need that. And I wish I would have listened. I was 16 and I was stupid. And then 2 years later after that, I had just graduated from high school, and I had went to Barnes and Nobles because I suffer from something called, I always have to be going after goals. So with that being said, I went to Barnes and Nobles because it was middle of summer and I had graduated from high school, and I was about to start college at the University of Akron. I was going into my junior year because, I went to that high school. And anyways, I had came across this book, and it was called Retire Young, Retire Rich. And it was by the same author that the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book was by, Robert Kiyosaki. So, I looked at it and I picked it up and I actually bought it. And, I was like, okay, maybe my dad is on to something. So I picked up that Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, and it literally changed my life. And after that, I read the Retire Young, Retire Rich book that I got when I was at Barnes and Nobles that day. And that book really opened up my eyes to a whole new world. So this is the book, and you saw it in the thumbnail, but it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's by Robert Kiyosaki. If you have not read this book, I don't know what you're doing. I do not know what you're doing. Now, let me explain. What is this book? So this book basically, all right, so I'll give you a quick little rundown. This book was about a guy who basically had two dads. One dad was his real dad, and his real dad worked as a superintendent of schools. So here in Akron, we got a superintendent of our schools, and he was basically that of Hawaii. So he was the superintendent of schools. And his rich dad, so his real dad is who he called his poor dad, and his rich dad is his best friend's dad. And his rich dad didn't have a job, but he owned several businesses. So I know he owned a restaurant, he owned a convenience store, and he owned a lot of property. So the book basically talked about the different lessons that he learned from each of his dads, and how he decided that his rich dad was going to be the main dad that he was going to be taking his advice from, because his rich dad was somebody that he trade places with. So there's number one. Take advice from somebody that you trade places with, because if you wouldn't trade places with somebody, why are you taking advice from him? That don't make sense. So he took a lot of advice from his rich dad. We got cars flying behind us out here, trying to get in the video. You famous. Nah. Anyways, so he took a lot of advice from his rich dad, because his rich dad was a guy that he traded places with. His rich dad, had a lot of money. His rich dad had good health. His rich dad, had a great family, and everybody, worked together. His rich dad was a man of God. And, he just saw that, wow, this guy actually knows what he's talking about. So moral of the book, and why you should pick it up. Everything you have been taught about money is probably wrong. You were probably taught like me to go to high school, get good grades so that you can go to college. If you got to take out a lot of debt for college, so be it. Get your degree and go work hard for a big company and work hard for 40 years. Invest money in your 401k, or it's like some people like to call them 401ks out here. I like that for some reason. I don't know. But 401k, and then retire at 65. And, you know, this book basically says that you don't have to do that. You can do as the rich do, which is buy assets, which are things that put money in your pocket every month, such as real estate, stocks, bonds, whatever the case. And you can use those assets to fund your lifestyle, which means, you know, once you have so many assets, you don't have to work for a living anymore. And he basically talks about how rich people, they don't work for money. They have assets that work for them so that they don't have to go to work every day. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about you. It's kind of depressing thinking about, you know, the system, how, you know, they tell you have to, you know, go to school, go to college, and then you work for 40 years for somebody else, making them rich, and then you retire at 65. Like, guys, that's like, honestly, to me, like, that's depressing. Like, just thinking about that, that's depressing. Like, that's some sad stuff. And, you know, the book just opened my eyes to the simple fact that, you know, there's more to life out there. You know what I mean? And there's ways to have your money to work for you so that you can spend your time doing things that you actually like. Like for me, I like making these YouTube videos. I don't get paid for it at all, what's so being, but it's fun and I enjoy it because I feel like I'm really helping people, and I'm having a lot of people reach out to me saying, Devin, like, you are really changing my life. Devin, you are helping me so much. Devin, you are teaching me so much, man. I'm learning so much from your videos. So I get like a really good feeling out of like helping other people. So with that being said, I enjoy doing stuff like this. And because of my assets that are working for me, I have time to do things like this. And I'm not just having to work hard all the time and just go. So if you have not picked up this book already, oh my gosh, I wish I got paid every time I recommended this book. As you saw in my thumbnail for this video, my thumbnail, it was last year around Christmas time. I bought this book for, I think I bought it for like 5 of my friends, however many, you could count the number of books in my hand, but I bought it for like 5 of my friends for Christmas because I truly believe that this book right here, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, can change your life. It has changed my life. Guys, it has me on track to building real wealth. Yes, wealth, guys, not money. It has me on track building wealth because wealth is measured in time, which this book will teach you. But again, pick up this book. You can get it anywhere. I think it's like $5.60 on Amazon Prime. So order it, have it shipped to your doorstep, and get to reading, y'all. I promise it will change your life. Next couple videos, I'm about to be talking about some things that I actually picked up from this book and how this book has set me on track to start, like I said, building wealth for me, my family, and for my kids to come. So hope you enjoyed this video. Go pick up Rich Dad Poor Dad, y'all. I'm telling you, I would not be making this video if I did not think this book was worth you reading. So go pick it up. Thank you for tuning into this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram at @TheRealDevinClark. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.